Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday we went 2-0. I gave away 2 free winners right in this video. The New York Yankees did not end up playing. I did have the over on that game. It was voided, so I'm not touching that. But I said we did have a 2. I'm going to show you the 2 receipts, 2 wins, 0 losses in yesterday's video. On top of that, we had a massive run, 8 wins, 2 losses in yesterday's VIP picks. If you're snoozing on the free picks and the VIP picks, go to the link in the description. Make sure you check out the VIP. I'm going to put a pinned comment. It's going to be the best price you'll see. So let me get right into it. I have 2 very strong plays. You can either do, I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm taking it, and then you can either parlay them together to get better pricing. It's up to you how you want to play that, but I'm going to show you the 2 teams that I really like in today's slate for baseball. So we actually have the Netflix crew coming out today. And we're going to be talking about if I get featured on there, then it'll blow up the channel. Either way, I'll be right there. It's going to be having a good time. I'm learning a lot from other cappers. That's why I show up to these events. And yesterday, I need to be in UFC. So I really love that sport. And I'm actually going to start researching how to do UFC. So that's what I'm going to be doing for going. So that'll be part of the VIP packs as well. For today, let's check it out. We got the team insights right here. If you want access to this page, this is free. Go to the third link in the description. It'll give you the best performing teams versus the worst performing teams, and then it'll give you a breakdown of notable matchups for today. So the notable matchups for today is the Boston Red Sox going against the Rays. You can see Boston is number 1, Rays is number 25, Orioles is number 3, Houston Astros is 26, Tigers is number 2 versus one of the worst, Angels. And then you got Cardinals 24 and Diamondbacks. Out of all of these today, I only really like the Tigers, and that's one of the plays I'm going to explain. It's not the money line, so just don't jump on. On top of that, the Rays did come up as a play. I'm skipping it for other reasons, but one of the big ones as well is that the Red Sox are on fire right now. Now, having said that, they're not going to be on fire forever, and today might be the regression day for the Rays to win. But again, I'm skipping that for many other reasons. All right, guys, I'm going to show you the proof of what happened yesterday. The Marlins, this is one of the plays that I explained and I gave in detail. I did say that Miami Marlins had a very high chance that they were going to lose that game, but we went with the first 5 innings. Sure enough, they won the first 5 innings 3-2 or something like that. Either way, Milwaukee did win the game, but it didn't matter. We did take that win because we went with the first 5 innings. I explained all that in yesterday's video. The Mariners barely scraped that win. I did say it was going to be a very tough matchup, and sure enough, they only won by 1, but that's all we needed. So we won that bet as well, 2-0 on yesterday's free picks. If you haven't done so, make sure to go to the link in the description, click on free picks. Now in the VIP, we had both of those plays. On top of that, we had Giants and the Mariners, no run first inning. You can see that one hit. We had the Pirates and the Guardians, also no run first inning. That one hit. I took France and England. I threw this live as the game was starting. I threw this one right before the first goal, and they ended up hitting this within the first 25 minutes. So that was a very easy win. Gabriel Moreno will get 1 hit, and Vinny Pasquiano to get 1 hit. So both of those were winners. And then, like I said, I was talking to other cappers that were there, and we were watching the UFC fights, and I much took these bets from them. And you can see it was a 133 on a 3-leg parlay. I saw this dude hit 40 grand yesterday. And like I said, it motivated me to start looking at the UFC because in the UFC, there's 40 weekends out of the month where there's actual fights. So that's another reason I'm going to be looking into that. And again, guys, check out the pinned comment. 8-2 yesterday. 1 year pass is going to be the cheapest it's ever been. There's like 3 or 4 slots left. So make sure to check out the pinned comments in this video. And then this is the VIP picks that I threw out this morning. So if you want all of these picks, you can also check out the 1-day pass in the link in the description for that. Now let's get started here. For today, you got the biggest pitching mismatches. Right here, you got Casey Mize for Detroit. I've already mentioned other reasons for Detroit to be looking at that. You also Cincinnati Reds. I'm not going to go into these details. That Cincinnati has the edge. Detroit Tigers have the edge, and Washington Nationals have the edge. Now, once we go into the Sharp Edge tool, this is free for 7 days, so check out the link in the description for that. It is saying to take a look at the Mets. I didn't like it for other reasons, but the Mets is very strong. 8.0 confidence. Detroit Tigers, that's the one I'm going to be looking at, but I'm not going to be looking at the money line. I'm going to be looking at the first 5 innings. The other one is Cincinnati. I already showed you the mismatch on the pitching, but I'm also not taking that game for other reasons. So the one I really like from the sharp plays today is Detroit in the first 5 innings. Here's the reason I don't like the Mets. You can see, I look at the convergence tool here. You can see they only have 3 aligned, 2 opposed, and there's other reason. Expert Insight says Philadelphia OPS is better. Mets are not strong at all at batting, so that's why I'm staying away from that game. If we look at the Reds, they actually are decent. The only thing that's not with them is the Expert Insights. So if you want to take a look at the Reds, I'm not going to go with them, but you might want to check them out. Everything does look like it's aligning for the Reds for today. Like I said, this is the Tigers game. Everything is alignment. I'm not going to go through every one of these details in this screen, but you can just see the win probabilities there. The deep research is there. The Expert Insights is there. The OPS is there. And like I showed, they're actually the top 5 teams. And the Angels are the bottom. I think it's number 29 or something. It's literally one of the worst teams versus one of the better teams for today. If we go through the projections, you can see that Toronto's supposed to win. The Mets are supposed to win. Red Sox, Pittsburgh, Houston, Marlins, Royals, Cubs, Reds, Tigers, Mariners, and Arizona. Now here's the play, guys. I'm going to take the first 5 innings for the Tigers. Just take a screenshot of this. It's an A+ team versus a C+ team. They lead pretty much in every category. However, the reason I'm taking this is because of the starting pitcher, which is Casey Mize. I'm not going to go into crazier details, but basically this dude outnumbers Johnson in every category. Now, the reason I'm not taking the money line and I'm taking the first 5 innings is because of the bullpen. So whenever the Detroit starting pitcher gets out, the bullpen is less than the Angels. However, the Angels do suck, but I'm not taking that risk. I'm taking the first 5 innings because of the starting pitching. I'm not going to go deeper into this. There's a lot of other data here. You can kind of look through this if you have the Sharp Edge tool, but that's the reason, is because of the mismatch on the starting pitchers. First 5 innings for Detroit. Second play, this one is a little bit lopsided. We took the Mariners yesterday. I told you how the Giants were a lot better team. They still grew and won. Today, it's even stronger. 63% win probability. You can see it is a little bit of a lopsided game. Seattle has a very big advantage with Gilbert. He's an elite pitcher versus Ray's poor performance, and there's a massive regression signal. What this means is that even though Ray has been very good, there's a regression signals coming in because his FIP is actually higher than his ERA. So I'm not going to try to explain that right now. However, the bullpen is elite for both teams. The only thing that sucks about this one, that's why I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, is that you might want to parlay the 2 plays, is because Seattle went from 168 to 174. And the other thing that sucks is that the public is all over this. You can see the bets is 80% of the bets and 77% of the money is on Seattle. 63% win probability for Seattle. And so I'm not going to keep going through this, but the overall picture is that Seattle should dominate this game. And they're super expensive. I think they went all the way up because I'm in Vegas. I get way less than I normally would in Illinois. So the odds are actually like a minus. That's the other reason I took them at parlay. But you can feel free to take them on the money line if you can get better odds than what I was able to get. But either way, I am taking Mariners on the money line. I'm probably going to parlay them together with Detroit on the first 5 innings. And then I showed you all the other plays that I have. It's about 8 plays today. So if you guys want to check that out. Also, I'm going to be with the other cappers so I get ideas, stuff like that. I might throw out some other stuff just like I did with the UFC stuff yesterday. So if I see something has made sense, I'll throw that live inside the VIP. Thank you guys so much. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers.